Hello, welcome to Escape the Box. It's Dan here. In this tutorial we are going to look at how to play Break In by Halestorm. This arrangement is adapted from their studio album, and it comprises an introduction which is also used as a fill a couple of times throughout the piece, the verse, chorus, and then there is a bridge section which comes in a little later. Let's take a look at the introduction. In the right hand, here's middle C, we are going to start with our thumb on the F sharp, and we're going to go up to the D with our fifth finger, to C sharp, back to D, and then A, and then D an octave lower. Then F sharp 3 times. To the E with our second finger, and then quickly back up to the F sharp again on our third finger, stretching with our fifth up to the D, C sharp, D, A, D, and then G, F sharp, E. Meanwhile, in the left hand, here's middle C again, and we are going to start on B, just below middle C with our third finger. I'm going to play that twice, and then G, D, stretch down to the octave below on D, and we're going to play D, A, D, and then A, and then C sharp. Now we're going to stretch down to B, down here with our fifth finger. We're going to play octave Bs with fifth finger and thumb. Octave Gs. And then we're going to hold down D and A together. And then finally a stretched A, E and A. Put those two hands together and it looks something like this. The studio recording is at about 80 beats per minute, which sounds like this. So if we speed up that introduction to that speed and apply a little bit of sustain pedal. Moving on, let's look at the first part of the verse. In the right hand, we're going to start with our second finger on C sharp and thumb and third finger either side on the B and the D, and that's going to alternate like this. We're then going to move to G, B, C sharp again, and again that will move up to the D like this. And then we're going to play G, B and E. So altogether that looks like this. Moving on, move our thumb up to A, second finger D, third finger E, which is going to move up to the F sharp. And then thumb back to B, second finger on C sharp, third finger on E, fifth finger on A, and that's going to alternate like this. And then quickly back to the A with our thumb. That repeats 4 times. In the left hand, we cover the bass like this. 5th finger on B, 2nd finger on F sharp, thumb on B. Down to G, D and G. Down to D, A and D. And then come up to the A again with our 5th finger, and then E and A. And of course that repeats 4 times with the right hand. Hands together, the first part of the verse looks like this. At around 80 beats per minute and with some sustain. Once that's cycled round 4 times, we get to the... and then we play A and then octave A, and then E, F sharp, G, and then with the G, B and E underneath it, and then play the G again, and then play that chord again, and then move down to the F sharp, and then repeat the E, and then B and D, and then B, D, the chord of A major, A, C sharp and E, and then move the root to the B, so B, C sharp and E, back to the A major chord, B sharp and E again, and back to A major. Underneath that, in the left hand, we have E, B, E, back to the B, back to the E, then move up, 5th finger on the B here, F sharp, B, back to the F sharp, and then A, E, A, E, repeat that again, and then back to the A at the bottom, repeat the A at the bottom, and then E. Hands together, and let's go from just before that starts, so from the last round of the first part of the verse. Up to speed. Now we hit the chorus, and again let's split the chorus into 2 parts. So the first part of the chorus, in the right hand, we're going to have a chord of D major in 2nd inversion, so A on the thumb, D with 2nd finger, and F sharp with our 4th finger, because we're now going to take that up to D, F sharp and A with our 5th finger, back to where we were just a moment ago. Now we're going to do that on A major, so A, C sharp and E. Shift that up to C sharp, E and A. And back to where we were. Now on B minor. B, D, F sharp, thumb 2, 3. Shift that up to D, F sharp and B. And back to where we were. And then G, D, G, B and D. And then play that again but with an F sharp at the top. And then an E. That then repeats. And then this time we're going to play the F sharp with that chord of G right at the start. So G, B, D, F sharp. And then G, B, D and E. And then G, B and D by itself. Supporting the first half of the chorus in the left hand, we're going to be right down here on D with our fifth finger, and then A and D, and the pattern looks like this. And we're going to move that up to A, E and A. Up another tone, B, F sharp and B. And then the same on G, G, D and G. And of course that goes round twice. Put both of those hands together and it looks like this. Up to speed. Okay, second half of the chorus. In the right hand, thumb on A, third finger on C sharp, and then B and D, C sharp, and then B. Okay, and then we're going to play G major, G, B and D, and then play that again, but with the F sharp on top, and then E, D, and then A, and then play the chord again of A and C sharp. Go around again, B and D, C sharp, B, chord of G with the F sharp at the top. And then again, E, D, A, and then A and C sharp and hold it. Meanwhile, in the left hand, we're going to have fifth finger on A and second finger on E, and then play those notes individually downwards from the E, and then B and F sharp, and then a stretch of G, D and G, and and then D, G, and hold those. Then we repeat that. And finally, we simply hold A and E. Hands together. And let's play that sped up. To link back to the verse, we now play that intro fill. In the first half of the fill, the second time we hear it, so right now, it's slightly altered. Let's have a look at the right hand. And now we alternate with D, and then F sharp and D at the top. Play that again. And then D by itself. Now we're going to play D 3 times with our fifth finger, and we're going to step down from G to F sharp to E underneath it. And the second half of the fill is exactly the same. To pair with that, there's a very slight adjustment also in the left hand, so let's look at the left hand. B twice, G, D, and now just D and A. And then play the A again. And then the second half is as per we've already learnt. Put that together. And at speed. The second verse follows, and in verse 2, with the first half of that verse, rather than going around 4 times, only go around twice and then go into the second half of the verse. That links through to the chorus, which we've also learnt. And we get to the end of the chorus, which previously ended with A and E in the left hand and A and C sharp in the right hand. We're going to alter that slightly, and we're going to play a chord on every beat. In the right hand, it's going to be C sharp, A and E on beats 1 and 2. And then we're going to then take that up to A with our thumb, C sharp with our second finger, E third finger, and A with fifth finger. In the left hand, we're going to play, so here's middle C, A, octave below, and octave below that, with E in the middle, and we're going to alternate as like this. Put those hands together. A little faster. which then links through to the bridge section. So let's take a look at the bridge, hand by hand. Okay, right hand. Thumb on G, second finger on B, third finger on D. F sharp, and then play that again. E twice. D, with your thumb down to the F sharp, keep your second finger and third fingers on B and D. F sharp at the top, play that again together. E twice. Now E, A and C sharp. Play it again, and then D, then E, and now A, D, G. Walk down to F sharp, A, D and E, lift those two up and just play the D. That repeats in a similar way. And now we're going to stay on F sharp, move our second finger to the A, third finger on the C sharp, jump so that our thumb's on the C sharp, and then play a chord of C sharp, F sharp and A. And now the B by itself, and then E, A, C sharp, and then walk up to the D, and then finally the E. In the left hand, from middle C, we're going down to G, an octave below, all the way down to an octave below that with our fifth finger. And we're going to stretch the arpeggios, so from G to D to G, back down to D. And then the same kind of pattern on B, F sharp and B. Take that down to A, E and A. And then bring it up to D, A and D. And back down to G. Up to the B. And now, a really murky chord of F sharp, C sharp and F sharp. Then over with your second finger onto the C sharp above, and then the F sharp at the top, back down to the C sharp, jump down to A, E and A once more, hands together. Play that again, up to speed. And at this point, it leads neatly back into the chorus. And so on. At the end of the second chorus, we then go back into an intro fill, just as we learnt at the beginning. Another verse then starts to emerge. and then it just hangs at the end of the second bar, like that. And you hold it and let it die away. So congratulations, at this point you have now learnt all of the component parts to make this an entire piece. Click the link in the description or that's on screen right about now, and it'll take you through to another video that I've done where I've put together a performance of this, so you can hear all of those parts put together. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. Please do leave some comments if you think there could be any improvements. Please do subscribe to the channel for more tutorials and everything to do with piano. And I'll see you soon.